The sound of a Detroit winter wind howling through the cracks of Ford Field makes you wonder if more than just the night is cold, if opportunity itself is frozen, waiting for the right shove to break loose. Outside, the grit of Motor City whispers. In our ears, the echoes of 56 and Barry's runs ricocheting off brick walls. But inside, our defense is about to get a jolt that might just send a ripple down every spine in the NFC North. The kind of moment fans lean in tight, breath fogging out in the cold air, feeling the tension snap in the silence before a bomber drop. And here's where you remember, this isn't just a roster tweak. This is about Detroit scratching at its destiny, clawing for that breakthrough. The Lions' edge rush has been good. Hell, the heartbeat of this hunger is written in Aiden Hutchinson's relentless motor, charging like a tank from one side, leaving quarterbacks broken like rusty machines out here. But forces are stirring on the other flank. And trust me, this could be no ordinary shuffle. You know how the streetlights flicker, and sometimes a shadow moves where you didn't expect? Well, the Bengals front office might be flickering too. Trey Hendrickson. Yeah, that sack machine from Cincy with 17.5 sacks in back-to-back seasons is suddenly a name Detroit fans whisper with a mix of yearning and wait, how real is this? A dude who terrorizes offensive lines with the same intensity Detroit's had on the quest for a title since Calvin walked out with that jersey over his shoulder. And now, our guys on Detroit's sidelines, Ben Johnson in the booth, Dan Campbell barking at the line, are staring across at a chessboard where Hendrickson's the queen piece that could flip the game. The Bengals are all ears for offers, the market buzzing louder than the Joe Louis Arena crowd in '97. Why? Because Hendrickson's told Cincy he's not showing up to play for $16 million next year without a fresh deal. Suddenly, the conversation's not if, it's when. No knee-jerk here. If Detroit's pulling a call maybe from that. Snowy tailgate where the grill is struggling, but the coffee's hot, it has to be now. This ain't just about throwing money on edge rushers. We're talking scheme gold. Hendrickson's edge presence from the right side will balance Hutchinson's left with a mix of speed, power, and expert technique. Imagine prodding opposing QBs from both ends, breathing down their necks with the hammer and saw. Our defensive front wouldn't just be imposing. It'd be a damn statement. And Dan Campbell's personality, the man who once told our linebackers, "You're not just playing football. You're protecting a city starving for a win," would be grinning ear to ear watching Hendrickson and Hutchinson collapse blind sides in tandem. Plus, he is the football juice. Hendrickson's played over 90% of defensive snaps last 2 years. Healthy as a horse coming off surgery clearance. Depth chart chaos? Absolutely. Guys like Aiden Hutchinson might see a tweak in reps, and rookies chomping for a slice of the hustle will have a mountain to climb. But in that competitive scrum, Detroit's edge rushers would turn hydraulic, braking. Lines looking like the city's refineries firing back up after the storm. And yeah, here's the kicker. This move isn't cheap. Hendrickson needs his payday, a contract that whispers long-term commitment. But cap gymnastics in Motown have evolved his maneuverability once you're on the cusp of a deep playoff run. The rumors swirling are more than idle banter. They are drumbeats signaling one thing. Detroit's front office staring down the barrel of a decision that could rewrite the city's football story. Could this be the end of waiting? Could this be the bold headline after years of heartbreak, a move that finally cuts through the underdog noise and shouts, "We're here to fight"? If Hendrickson's the prize, the next moves will shape much more than just a defensive line. The ripple will hit the room with veteran rushers repositioned, rotation battles heating to a boil, and maybe some players choosing sides like kids in a schoolyard scrap. What's the Bengals' walkaway price? Can Detroit outbid the other suitors who see the same two-time sack leader staring back at them like a challenge? And most importantly, how does this ink on a contract echo through the locker room, through the city, through the season? The Lions have danced close to this moment all season, and now the music's changed key. On these winter nights, when the air smells like burnt rubber and the roar of the crowd feels like a promise, a move like this could ignite a fire we've been craving. So lean on that bar rail. Detroit, keep your ears sharp and that Midwestern skepticism ready. Because if this trade swings through, the city isn't just watching a transaction. It's witnessing a pivot point. And let me tell you, when Hendrickson's name is called, it won't just be another signed jersey on the wall. It'll be the moment the Lions stop running in place and start tearing down defenses like the Motor City we know and love, relentless, unforgiving, and ready to roar. All right, Detroit, this is our time to burn through the icy silence and make a statement in more ways than one. When you've seen the suffering, the heartbreak from 0-0 to the 0-16 season, every inch of hope feels like it's been padded with bone marrow and steel. And right now, this Hendrickson move, if it goes down, could be the knockout punch that turns our story into legend. Just like Barry's blazing runs or Calvin's uncontested reign. Because let's be real, a defense that can threaten from both ends not only dominates, it dismantles doubt. It crushes the noise of the NFC North's talk about rebuilds and false starts. We're talking about a guy who's been over 90% of snaps the last 2 seasons. Healthy, hungry, and exactly what Campbell's demand for ferocity needs on this roster. An instant upgrade that screams. We're not just here to play. We're here to own the game. Think about it, Hutchinson's relentless motor and Hendrickson's edge speed on the right flank could shatter the opposing line, ignite our pass rush to raw, untamable power, and have teams sweating in there. Helmets, trying to figure out how to stop the onslaught when we're operating on all cylinders. But here's where the plot thickens, the cap space is tight. The agency market roars like a Detroit winter storm, and every other team with a deep pocket is eyeing Hendrickson too, whispering promises of long-term stability, just like we're whispering secrets in Ford Field's shadow corners. This decision? It could be the domino that triggers our entire offseason rebuilt depth, reshuffle rotation, maybe even a rookie or two with their eyes on the prize, because nothing speaks louder than getting a proven sack leader on a team that's been flirting with playoff glory, all while preserving our soul, our identity rooted in resilience, in the heartbreaks that made us stronger, in the fights that remind us Detroit doesn't back down. And don't forget, Hendrickson's not just a rental. He's more than a flash in the pan. He's a statement, a message, a declaration that the Lions are no longer just a team on the rise, but a city ready to roar from the snowdrifts, smashing through barriers they once couldn't even contemplate. Still, the whispers say Cincinnati might hold firm. The asking price? It's chaos, cap moves, contract negotiations, trade leverage. This isn't just a simple deal, it's a chess match, with Detroit's future hanging in the balance. If Hendrickson says yes, everything changes. Our front becomes an unstoppable force. Opponents will dread every snap yet if we blink, if we get outbid or get cold feet. This moment becomes just another chapter of what could have been. I can see the locker room, Campbell pacing, eyes blazing, knowing this could be the capstone of our off-season story, an exclamation point on a season that's been teetering on the edge of greatness. One last thing. Imagine Hendrickson in a jet black Lions jersey, standing on the field, helmet under one arm, looking right into the camera with that determined glare, the city's heartbeat pounding behind him. Do we bring him in, or do we watch him slip away into the night, another missed chance? Because let me tell you, if this isn't the move that sets us apart from the pack, I don't know what is. I've seen enough heartbreak to know that waiting inevitably costs us. And right now, this deal feels like the door cracking open on Detroit's ultimate rise. Here's where it counts, fans. Will Hendrickson wear the winged wheel and become the missing piece? Or will Cincy hold on and leave us to scramble again, chasing shadows and what-ifs? Because if the Bengals hold firm, if their price becomes too high or their playmakers somehow swoop in, this could be the end of the line for our dream this offseason. I gotta admit, the thought of us striking out on this one makes my stomach turn. The chance to transform our defense into a relentless beast is right there, within reach, and I'm telling you, if Campbell's squad pulls this off, it isn't just a smart gamble. It's a statement to the league. Detroit's coming, and we're snatching what's ours one way or another. So stay tuned, the decision's coming. And with it, the compass pointing to our next chapter will we seize the moment or watch someone else claim the crown? Because in Detroit, you don't wait for history, you make it. My gut says Hendrickson's on the edge of flashing that signature sign, the one that screams, this city finally found its guy. But if the deal stalls ... well, then it might just be another cold winter in Motor City, waiting for our shot. Again, dreaming of the roar that's just one deal away from changing everything.